It's hard to get my hips in between these armrests. These computer chairs aren't for men. Talk a little Kentucky sports. We'll look at our freshman class today. Talk a little bit about some of the players standing out in practice. A little Cincinnati Reds, Tennessee Titans, some SEC football news around the horn. And we're going to finish it up with a look at the preseason top 25. But before we get into that, we're going to discuss a little bit about the 9mm Beretta. The 9 functions of a 9mm Beretta. Now, just like any piece of equipment, you need to make sure it's safe before handling it. I will check to make sure there's no rounds in it. Bingo. We're clear. What are the 9 functions of a 9mm Beretta Big Barney round? Well, feeding, chambering, locking, firing, unlocking, extracting, ejecting, cocking, and resetting. And I've been given extensive classes throughout my career on this piece of equipment. They were giving me the right information in the 1st Cavalry Division, apparently, because when I got on the rifle team for the United States military, went through same class, they gave out the same information. They expected us to know the 9 functions of the 9mm Beretta. And I shot pistol competition, earned 2 gold medals, earned a few silver in the long rifle and various medals here and there along the way. But I was a field artilleryman and fortunate enough that I tried out for the marksmanship program and made it because all the good shooters were deployed. Now, let's talk about feeding. It's where you have a magazine, live rounds in it. You will feed it into your piece of equipment. Just like me in the morning, I like a pound of bacon, a dozen of eggs, 4 or 5 chicken breasts, a couple steaks, loaf of bread, gravy, you know the deal. You got to feed the machine. Chambering. That's what a slide pushes around forward. Locking. The barrel and the slide have locked together. Alright. This is a position where you can go green. Pull the trigger. Number 4. When you depress the trigger, round goes off. Step 5, the unlocking, is where the gases push the slide back. Alright, the barrel and the slide, everything goes back. Step 5, unlocking. This piece of equipment has unlocked itself. Extracting. Your extractor right here grabs the end of the empty round and pulls it back. You're extracting it out of the barrel, out of the chamber, out of your port here. Ejecting. Well, that's where the casing hits the ejector and flies out the slide port. So it pulls the spent cartridge out, ping, ping, spits it out. Cocking. In this position here, when the slide moves back forward, it's already cocked. And then resetting trigger. The slide is forward. It's captured the next round. It's in the barrel chamber, awaiting your next movement, which will be fire again. This piece of equipment here, now mine has got a different trigger on it. I've worked on it. It's a lot better. But the one issued to me had a 12-pound 8-4. I mean, so when it's at the single part here, 4 pounds pull at. Double part takes 12, and there's an in between. So I mean, it depending on which sidearm you have, which one you've bought, you get to 92, 92 FS, 92F, yada yada yada. You see the point. Now I've worked on my trigger, so mine is I've got mine at 8.64. 3.5. I mean, I'm not going to get into the points on this thing. All right, I just rounded them all up, but I made this a lot lighter for my next follow-up shot. I'm not pulling, a 12-pound pull here. It's got safety features on it. If you can see the barrel, it's got a wide port, makes it easy to feed it. Now, we were expected to know this piece of equipment inside and out. Take it all the way down, all the way up. You're not going to reach and grab the barrel and slide it off like the movie. You will die. Lethal Weapon, I think was the name of the movie. This particular weapon, if the barrel is shoved up, it won't go off. So if you push it into something, I've heard all these stories, this, that, or the other. This is going to get you to a long gun if you're in some real deal stuff. I've personally never seen a situation in my lifetime that one of these, a gun, got me out of trouble. Even during World War II, let's go find some trouble, let's go make some trouble. Anytime you pick one of these up, unless you're doing a competition shooting, hunting, or something like that, even hunting, I mean, you're still taking a chance with a game warden. Like I said, I've never seen a situation. If somebody breaks in my house, I come down, handle business, and I'm 187% in the right. I'm still going to go downtown. I'm still going to answer questions. I'm still going to have to go. I live in a Commonwealth. I'm probably going to be indicted, and I'm going to have to go to court, spend a whole bunch of money, get proved not guilty, yada, yada, yada. Very rare that they won't indict you in this state. And I don't trust the law, as bad as I hate to say it, or the judges, or any of that. I've had bad experiences with all of it. Liars, and well, you're not guilty, but you're still out a whole bunch of money. All right. At the end of the day, that's all it's about. So just remember, know your piece of equipment. This was a 9 functions of the 9mm Beretta. Not like a revolver, it's not going to have 9 functions. I'm just going over my personal piece of equipment here. Feeding, chambering, locking, firing, unlocking, extracting, ejecting, cocking, and resetting. It's best to know what your piece of equipment will do, how to make it serviceable, how to make it safe, and understand even a nail gun, every time you use one, you're taking a chance on an injury. I know a lot of states, you don't even have to, all you got to do is raise your shirt up, move, and all you got to do is expose this to somebody. You can get sued. You can get charged. They feel threatened. You bend over, pick something up, and you got this in your back, and your shirt comes up, and this shows it. They call the law on you. Guess what's going to happen to you? Like I'm saying, understand your equipment and know what it is and is not, what it can and cannot do, and what it will and will not do for you. If I would have asked myself just 3 basic questions throughout my life, I'd been way better off. Is this good for me? Is this good for my family? And would the Almighty approve? Pretty basic. War's different. Even in war, I never seen a situation that a gun really got me out of trouble. Other than a few times where we'd call in, well, the Air Force, some big guns, some big ordnance, whatever. Those got me out of some trouble. But going into houses or arresting people as an MP or going downtown Baghdad, right around. Having that, I mean, the old saying, you're looking for trouble. Others may disagree with that. I have that in case trouble presents itself to me. Well, the hardcore reality is no matter what, and even in military police school, you draw that weapon. You just draw that weapon. You're going to go answer for that. You're going to be in front of a board. So, I mean, you get the point. Know your equipment. Speaking of knowing, what about our freshman class? What do we know about them? What do we absolutely know about them? Well, I hope they all get to play, and they get to play a lot. Not because we're losing or getting blowed out, because we're winning. I hope we get to see a lot of these players. Now, we got two guys from the JUCO. Braxton Iroquois and Jordan Knox. O-line and cornerback. Both 3 stars. Both juniors. One of them played at Butler Community College, and Jordan Knox, he played Northwestern 2 years and then transferred to Northwest Mississippi. Braxton is 6'3", 200 pounds, cornerback, and hopefully he sees some playing time. What we got out to, it's just, our deep backs look bad. And our offensive lineman here is 6'2", 329 pounds, junior. But far as the freshmen go, running backs, wide receivers, outside linebackers, cornerbacks, tight ends, D-backs. Matt Ponataski's the quarterback freshman. He's probably going to see a little playing time. They got some gimmicks set up for him. They got some ballyhoo. They're going to use them in a few things. Kenny Darby, Ben Duncombe, defensive lineman, probably going to see a little time. But Cameron Miller. Here's the thing. Under Stoops, we didn't get a lot of talent from Alabama, Georgia, Texas, and 12 of these freshmen that we have here, they're all from Texas, Michigan, Alabama, Indiana, Georgia, Texas, Alabama, Florida, Ohio, Louisiana, Virginia. See what I'm getting in? We've got quality players. Problem is they just don't have no experience. Speaking of experience, who's our backup quarterback? Jaquan Long. He's a transfer from Marshall. He's played in 5 or 6 games, I think. So, I mean, if Kenny Minchie goes down, that's our next dude. And the freshmen probably have more talent. Matt Panatoski and a couple others, sad to say it, I mean, 5-star. I mean, 4-star. But Long has got 5 games of experience. That's my whole point about this season is we just don't have a whole lot in the cupboard. We got all kinds of stars. We got a whole bunch of 3 and 4 stars. But a lot of them don't have experience. You get past our first, second string, we're running a dude out there that hadn't played in college. The top teams in the top 25, the top of the SEC, they've got 5 dudes. You know what I mean? We got 2. But Steins is going to rebuild that, and he's going to get our depth good. I'm kind of optimistic in the future. I really am. Antonio O'Berry. Now, he's an outside linebacker, transfer from Gardner-Webb, 6'6", 240 pounds, and is absolutely, from what they're saying, this kid could develop into a Josh Allen. Well, that talks were doodly squat right now in August. We'll see, though. Tony Washington Jr., our outside linebacker coach we got from Oregon. He grew up in Los Angeles, California, and, of course, he's a Oregon alum. He knows a thing or two about talent. So if they're putting that out, I got to believe them. I mean, until I don't, everything I've seen just absolutely looks phenomenal. So we've got some JUCO backups, and we've got a bunch of 3 and 4 star freshmen. And then we got transfers that are going to fill in. So, I mean, I am optimistic. I mean, in some spots, we've got a third string. In some spots, we do not. Does that make sense? You know, junior transfer JUCO coming in as your third string is a whole lot better than putting a freshman out there. Problem is, we ain't got a whole lot of them third string JUCO players. It is what it is. Speaking of offense, the Cincinnati Reds. Well, the numbers are in, and it's official. We are the worst offensive baseball team in all of the Major League Baseball. Across the board. Not just one category. I mean, this is where I think Cincinnati just fades away. Now, when you get to 11 and a half, your season's done. I mean, it just is. On a rare occasion, and I mean rare, the team come back, make a wild card. But in our case, you know, it went from 11 and a half, 15. Now we're at 17 and a half games back. We're dead last in National League Central. I think we wind up at 25 games back quick, fast, in a hurry. And I'm talking within a matter of a few weeks. And then from there, it's just over. I think they've done cashed it in. Tomorrow we play the White Sox at 6:40, and I don't think it's going to get any better. I think they quit, just to be quite honest with you. Tennessee Titans, the official, unofficial depth chart is out. Now, I knew this was going to happen. We all did. People in China knew it. All right. In the Gobi Desert, those nomads drifting around out there, they even knew it. Ward, QB1, Turd, QB2, and then Levis is QB3. And you know, the only problem I've got with that is I understand it, but Levis has looked way sharper, way better than, miles better than Mitchell Trubisky, and then slightly better than Ward, just to be quite honest with you. Opinions on that's going to vary, but he just has. He just has. He's probably your best quarterback. But as far as I'm concerned, he had his chances. The organization has ruined. They don't want him. Bottom line, they do not want him. They didn't really want him. I don't know why they even drafted him, to be honest with you. I think it was more of, we're going to draft you so somebody else don't get you. And then we're just going to tank you. And I honestly believe they done ruined Ward. All right. They want Trubisky to be the main quarterback. They're not going to have a $10 million guy standing over there on the sideline as the third string backup quarterback. They're just not going to do it. That's the new head coach's guy. Ward hadn't looked good at all. He just ain't looked good at all. This is a year he's Ward's going to take a big giant and step forward, mother may I. All right. He had the worst QBR rating in all the NFL last year. It's probably going to be. I'd be surprised if he started Game 5. I really would. So, why even have Levis on your team? Go ahead and trade him, get him out of there, and I think that's what they're trying to do. And teams are just going to use Tennessee's ignorance and wait till they just outright release him and get Levis for absolutely nothing. Just to be quite honest with you, that's exactly what's going to happen. If they'd listened to me, went out and got Josh Dobbs, they when Levis had his injury, put him on IR, let him have a surgery, let him heal up, then you outright release him, you would have had Josh Dobbs, Hendon Hooker. Look at the money you would have saved. $105 million. All right. Trubisky at 10 and 86 for Ward, and you got Will Levis's $9 million contract. And then you should have had Reggie McKenzie as general manager. Instead, you got Boring Gonzi. I don't see no more than 6 wins. Just to be quite honest with you. And I'm pretty sure this is Calvin Ridley's last chance to succeed in Nashville. I think it's pretty clear they're going to move on from him pretty quickly if he does not produce results. Now, the Super 16 everybody's talking about, there's 7 SEC teams in that. The coaches poll's got 9 SEC teams in the top 11. That's just absolutely hilarious. These college playoff projected teams that's going to get in. And the conferences don't matter. Shut up. The Tennessee Volunteers, you've had just an unbelievable head-scratching off-season with your linebackers. I don't know what happened to you there. You've taken a step back in that department, and then with adjustments and suspensions going on down there, I don't know. It's going to get interesting in Knoxville on your defense, and you're not defensive-oriented. What little bit you had there, I don't know. It seems like you're losing that. But you're an offensive-geared team, so I don't think it's going to hurt you too much. Keelan Russell, freshman quarterback for Alabama, is going to play on Sunday. And he dude looks good. It'll be a serious problem for Kentucky week 2. He's going to run the score month. The Detroit Lions landed Josh Dobbs. That whole deal just kind of doesn't set right with me. Tennessee Titans, you should have kept Dobbs when you had him, but you did not. You messed up. You didn't need to draft Levis. You should have got Hooker. You'd have had Dobbs, and you should have went out and got Reggie McKenzie. Look at the money you would have saved right off the bat. All right, so you took a chance on Levis because you didn't want nobody else to get him. He did fairly good under Vrabel, and then I don't know. From there, you just crucified that kid. He's done. I guess there's not a whole lot more positive stuff I can say about Tennessee. Speaking of positive, let's look at the top 25 preseason. Now, allergies are about to kill me. I've got the CBS and I've got Vegas. They're not far off. CBS, Ohio State, Texas, Oregon, Notre Dame, Georgia. There's your top 5. If you're going to gamble up here at Caesars, they've got Ohio State, Oregon, Georgia, Texas, Notre Dame. CBS has got Indiana, Miami, Texas A&M, Texas Tech, Oklahoma to round out the top 10. Caesars is Indiana, Miami, Texas A&M, Oklahoma, Ole Miss. So that rounds out their top 10. I ain't got a problem with either one of them. I ain't real happy where Notre Dame is. Ole Miss is for Caesars, but they usually ain't wrong. I mean, there's really not much that I can argue with either one of them. I might be able to argue the place that they're at, but they all belong in the top 10. So, what has surprised me? Well, let's see here. We play Texas A&M, Oklahoma, Alabama, LSU, Tennessee, and one poll down here has got Florida at the top 25, number 25. So, I mean, they're on our schedule. So, we've got a bunch of teams at top 25 we're playing. I guess Clemson. Caesar's got them at 23. CBS doesn't have them in the top 25. They've got Louisville at 24. So, they removed Clemson and put Louisville there. And I'm more inclined on that, and I don't even like Louisville. I'm not a Clemson hater. I just think Louisville's trajectory is going up. Clemson's not utilizing the portal or making good, sound, financial, economically viable decisions at this particular moment in time with their NIL funding versus the talent that they're trying to bring into their organization based off an individual's desire for the university over intrinsic value. And I think Clemson has failed to meet the standard, given the metrics and the design of the assistance that the NIL provides. Just my opinion. And that's why I think Clemson is going in the wrong direction and Louisville's going up. And I hate Louisville. It's just, I got to give them their props. Got to give the devil his due. I'm not a Clemson hater. I care less. They're not even in our conference. It's just my opinion. I think they take another step back. I mean, think about that for a minute. Clemson's, when's the last time you woke up Clemson wasn't in the top 10 preseason? It's trending in that direction over the last 5 years. Is this Dabo's last year, or is this the year that's going to set up his last year? University is just going to have to determine at what point do you amputate the diabetes here. That's just it. I know it. We lived it. Mark Stoops. Great concept, great philosophy, run its course. And in the last 5 years, teams had figured out the Brad White defense, Mark Stoops offense, every trick in the book that we had come up with on how to manipulate the clock, how to cheat Georgia and Lexington by stalling. I think Kirby Smart had finally figured that out. Did I say cheat? Allegedly stall to sandbag Georgia to keep the score low. I guess cheat is a unkind word there. Everything that we had, but at least we didn't flop or none of that. We played hard-nosed football. Now, we might have drug it out and played small ball, but it wasn't dirty ball. There's a difference. If you're laying out there flopping, ain't nothing wrong with you. There's a difference in that and getting a first down, then getting a penalty, then getting a first down, and then getting a couple, just keeping the ball away from Georgia so they couldn't run a score up on you. We pulled out every trick we could possibly do. The little pee-pee dance, got in front of them, whatever we could do, slow them down, slow the game down. We just let the clock run on every chance we could. And every time Georgia came to Lexington, it was a very tight, close game. We were on the road. We got blowed out. And that's why. We got favorable calls and whistles, which I expect that against Alabama, and we better get that. Now, there's a lot of times officiating just does not like Kentucky, period. Well, it's Kentucky. They're expected to lose, so they're not going to get the call. That, to me, however nonsense that is or alleged that is, it's the feeling you get over a period of time. But nevertheless, I think our head coach is going to keep it at a faster up-paced tempo. I think he'd rather lose 34-86 as he had 17-16 like Stoops. Just my opinion. The top 25. Let's look at 11 through 20. Alabama, Texas Tech, LSU, USC, BYU, Michigan, Penn State, Tennessee, Washington, SMU. SMU thinks SEC so easy that I don't know what they're complaining about. Mark Stoops well, just come on over and lace them up then. I think that's hilarious. CBS is 11 through 20. Oklahoma, Alabama, Ole Miss, LSU, USC, BYU, Michigan, Tennessee. So Tennessee's 18 on one, 17 on another. Penn State and Washington, SMU. So everybody agreed SMU is probably the 20th ranked team. 21 through 25. CBS has got Missouri, Utah, Iowa, Louisville, Florida. And then the gambling place I go to, Caesars, Utah, Iowa, Clemson, Houston, Missouri. Like I said, on one, the gambling site's got Clemson in the top 25, and then CBS does not have them. I don't know about Florida being there. I'd take Florida out on CBS, put Houston there, but that's just me. I think Louisville's the top 25 team. I just don't think Clemson is, but given the conference that they're in, they're going to battle Louisville and SMU. Try not to mess up against Pitt and the Fruit. There you have it. I mean, it's just not the Clemson of old that I grew up, used to, you can pretty much mark it down. Alabama, Georgia, Georgia, Alabama. Clemson. And then Ohio State, Michigan. I mean, those are always the top, no matter what. And then you could just sprinkle in whoever, and it didn't matter. What have we learned? Well, we got a bunch of talented freshmen, just no experience. We got JUCO players with years of practice in. They just don't have a lot of game time experience. We got one dude that's a freak. If we're saying he's going to be a Josh Allen caliber, I mean, until they prove me wrong, or somebody's wrong, I'm going to believe it. I think we might be surprised. I thought our defense was going to be the staple of our program this year. The strongest part of it. Offense and defense. And obviously, the offensive line is probably, if you were going to put a metric out there, probably number one. But if you're going to go offense, defense, I thought our defense would be the anchor, I guess you could say. But I don't know. With all them running backs we got, our offense may change my mind a little bit. Top 25. I ain't happy. Well, I mean, I'm happy with all of it. Notre Dame, and then the Clemson deal. I think Louisville should be in there. I don't think Florida should. Other than that, it's pretty solid. The Tennessee Titans has got more issues than a New York Magazine stand. Cincinnati Reds quit. And if you have a piece of equipment, try to get to know it. Try to understand why it does what it does. The function of it. Get familiar with it. Don't just get some tool, throw it in your toolbox and never use it. If you're going to have it, learn it. It's really there for enjoyment. And I do. Some people will know it's there for self-defense, it's there for this, it's there for that. It's okay for you. For me, I enjoy shooting. I enjoy hunting, outdoor stuff, so this tool is a piece of equipment that I enjoy. A lot of people have them, don't enjoy it. They just do not. A lot of people carry it, don't understand it, and they got no business carrying it. But at the end of the day, you've absolutely got to understand what you have there. And it's a tool. And it can be used for various things, but when you use it for self-defense or taking or ending something, you got to understand there's consequences. Just like our freshmen, our roster, the top 25, there's always a cause and effect. Y'all think about it. I'm out of here.